Alright then, welcome back everyone, hope you're all well. Bit of a different video today. Same usual end of year roundup video, but just something a bit different, sitting down and talking through it, because I've never really done that before. I've just done a montage of all the clips put together and thought it'd be a bit different and you might like that. So all prepare you now, it's going to be quite a long video, so if you're out in a rush anyway, I'd advise you probably watch it later. But anyhow, let's get on with it. So after all the faffing around, finally got everything set up, and you made an effort. So we'll get on with it. So I've got my notes here, I've got my iPad here to just check through and remind me what actually happened over the year, because it has been quite a busy one. So we'll start in January, because that was the start of the year. January, the road making campaign. So we have our quarry here. We have the JS220 loading up. Well, we mainly use the 3640 in the Herbs 14-ton trailer. We moved over 7,500 ton of stone over the last year to make this road. So it is finished now. Eventually, an 18-month project, but glad that's done. What else do we have? We have Lord Muck, he came down, he had a go on the 814. Absolutely love that. I think he'd been at his eye on that for a while, so I think he was glad to come down and have a play on that. Fortunately we have sold it now, but all good things must come to an end, I suppose. So yeah, just hedge trimming, we moved an arena from up here down to the bottom end of the farm, but mainly just winter jobs really, January, so nothing exciting. Lots of cartons, just have a look here. Yeah, more stone, wet, so yeah, nothing brilliant. So move on to March to April, still very wet because we had all that snow, didn't we? As soon as that melted, we had our pond fill up, so it takes a bit of filling, that does, and it was about 8 to 10 foot deep at least. So yeah, so that was good for the mud runs. So yeah, we had the snow clearing, cleared the roads of Catesby, which didn't last very long as the wind suddenly blew it all back in and made a bloody mess of it, but you can't beat Mother Nature. We bought a 7-ton flat roller, 14-ton on vibration, but we haven't got our heads around working that yet, so just 7-ton at the moment. Had that behind the 3050, yeah, just rolling down some hard standing, ready. We put machinery on it, so yeah, that did well. And again, more stone carting towards the end of March. Probably got about, what were we up to, about 3,000 ton up to then, so yeah, still quite a bit. It's finally started to dry up a bit. I remember we had the drone out and got the JS220 and the 3640 carted some stone for a new entrance we put in up to the swimming pool that we're going to convert into a cottage. That's still in progress. So that brings us up to April, I think. That's it, yeah, April, finally dried up, managed to get on with the spring drilling. That was all good. We had the 3640 on the duals with the Tyne Accord drill, I think it is. And then we had the 2650 on the spring tines, 3050 on the spring tines as well, and the other 2650 ploughman. And that's when we had all the tractors together, working the ground together. So that was nice to see all them four together. So yeah, it's brilliant, that was, I remember that. And yeah, I remember we had it quite warm. Yeah, so that was the start of, well yeah, we had it quite warm and then a bit of a wet patch, and then we managed to get all our drilling done. I think the 13th of May was when we got our last field in. It weren't a brilliant condition because it was more, you know, it wasn't much spring barley. It was almost in summer. But yeah, what else do we have? Bit of spraying off to do after we ploughed it and sprayed it off and spring tined it. So yeah, I had the baitman out. This is the one behind me, in fact. 24 metre high-low. So yeah, sprayed off some ground with that, and then that was the last of the groundwork really. into May to June, extremely dry, yeah, remember that. I think we had 5 mil in June, that was all we had. Yeah, soil carting, not much happened in June because obviously I had GCSE, so I suppose I had to be revising, that's what I told Mum. So yeah, there wasn't much going on. Soil carting, moved about 700 tonne of soil to on top of the road. Yeah, GCSEs and 814 work really, so nothing too exciting. So into June to July, so still bloody dry. We had harvest began over at Evans's. I think yeah, winter barley was the first crop with the case 7088 combine actual flow. So yeah, that was the first job really. Did a bit of corn carting, just a little bit. So obviously I ended up my tractor licence then, so I was a bit limited to what I could do because there's a lot of road work, so mainly sweeping out grain stores and sheds, so all the fun stuff. And then we went on to the baling campaign, 7930 with what was it, class 3300 quadrant, so that was a fair setup that was. It's nice to see them two working down together next to each other, the combine and the baler, so that was good. Then here on this farm we sprayed off the spring barley 2 weeks before harvesting obviously. So yeah, that was about it for June/July. July to August, but July, September here. We started the spring barley, harvesting that. We sold our TF42, so we had Tim Wadland come with his CR9 9080 with 30-foot cut on tracks. That was a fair sized combine. So yeah, what else? Let's have a look through here. So yeah, once that was done, Evans's came over and baled it for us. They had our barley, I think that went off to Wales, so and bales, I think there was 160 or something bales, nothing to free at 280 acres, so nothing, not brilliant yield. So yes, we're on to the 3640 cultivating. We cultivated it once, and that brings us on to the ploughing now, but we'll talk about that later. So yeah, cultivated farm here, and then obviously drilling time, so case quadrac and the 8 metre Vadestad drill, putting in some oilseed rape. Yeah, that was a sight to see, that was. I think I had 300 acres of rape, but due to the bloody flea beat, I had to rip it all up and put in winter beans, so that was a shame. And then bale carting. Yeah, so we're on the Valtra, was it TM154 or something like that. But anyway, that's gone now, and the JCB 535 loading up. Wasn't a bad telehandler, wasn't as good as the Manitou we had in the yard, but it was a construction spec, so it probably wasn't as man enough for the job compared to the agri-spec one. So well, it would be nice to have an agri-spec one in and see what the big difference is, if there is any, so that would be nice. We're into then September, so yes, we had the 3640 on the power harrow. Well, we had it on the, took off the cultivator, put it on the 4 metre Kuhn power harrow, got a nice till from them, went in with a tine drill and mixed some grass seed in with the barley. That's coming up bloody lovely, just out there, I'll show you in a minute, but yeah, bloody lovely, so nice to see that's growing well, because we drilled it in April, and obviously because it became really dry, it didn't germinate properly, and you know, all that, and you know, it was a bit, so we ripped it all up and re-grass seeded it, and it's coming up a treat actually, so that's finally done and paid off, so that's good. So after the grass seeding, it comes to the ploughing actually. We had George, Ben and Dino come down. George, Ben and Lord Muck come down, sorry. George was on his TW, Kurt was in the 3640, and Dino had to go on the TW as well. So yeah, it was good crack. The sod busters held that event here. So I think we had, what do we have about 25 tractors ploughing, so it wasn't too bad. Nice outcome, but it turned out a lovely day actually, and then all of a sudden it started raining and even snowing, so yeah, had a bit of a play about down in the quarry, ploughed up a bit at the 3640 and the TW together. That was good, and then obviously 3 Wise Monkeys did their video on their channel, so yeah, it was all good. And yeah, we're also hopefully on a working weekend next year, but I'll talk about that in a later video, because yeah, we're trying to put something together, so that should be good. Which brings us on to November to December, so current. So we had, well, after the plough, we actually started ploughing apart a bit, as we had a fair bit of blackgrass to bury, so done about 150 acres so far. I've got about 50 left to do. No, about 40 left to do, so I'm tackling that. We're in no rush really, do it over the winter, because we'll put in the spring barley next year, so that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we had the stone crusher, the herbs, don't know what model it was, and we had that was hooked up to the 6930, so yeah, that was good. We crushed about 1,000 tonne of our rock out of the quarry, so I went down well to put on top of the road, which is now finished, as I said earlier. And yeah, the RC Baker tractor run, that was the other night. That was a brilliant crack, that was. And obviously all the tractors, there was 79 altogether, so it was a good outcome. All for charity, for the local hospice in the area, so that was all good. Managed to fly the drone up and get a bit of footage from the air, so yeah, before all this bloody mayhem with the gap, so it wasn't me, if you're actually wondering. So yeah, that's about it really. I hope the video was alright for you. I know it's a bit lengthy and probably rambled on a bit too much, but there we have it. So yeah, only took one take, so yeah, it probably wasn't perfect, just making it up as I go along, as I usually do, so yeah, I'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching. It's been a good year on the channel, hit 1,000 subscribers and just over 150,000 views, so yeah.
Morning, hello everyone, sorry about that brief exit. Bloody mum came in and photobombed me, didn't she, so well, I'd just like to say thank you everyone that has supported me over the last year on the channel, much appreciated. I didn't expect to get to 1,000 subscribers so quickly, so I'd just like to thank you all, and hope you have a very Merry Christmas if it's not out by then, and a Happy New Year. So it'll be the last video of the year, so hopefully move on to bigger and better things next year. So yeah, thanks again, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Alright, cheers.